Hello everyone, and thank you again for joining our Tilda webinar today. My name is Elizabeth, and I am very happy to make this live Tilda tour with you today. So let me just outline our plan for today. First off, I will make myself a little bit smaller so that I don't take the whole screen. That's already better. Today we are going to see what is Tilda. What is it? Tilda Website Builder. I will give you an outline and an overview of the main features so that you will understand what you can and cannot do on the platform and if it fits your needs or not. And afterwards, we will go into the Tilda interface, and I will actually show you, and you will see how Tilda works. Okay. So we're gonna create a little website, we're gonna see the templates, we're gonna see the zero block, which is a special a killer feature, as they say, for designers on Tilda, and so on. So it's gonna be an introductory, let's say, webinar for people, mainly those who don't know what is Tilda or know very little about the platform. So I'll be happy to give you this first introduction. Also, and consequently, I'm very much waiting for your questions. Please do use the chat box under this video. I will be checking it from time to time. It's in front of my eyes. So I will be very happy to tailor this webinar to your needs, to the needs of people who are actually now live with us. And yes, the last remark that I would like to say before we jump right into the content is that this webinar recording will be available for everyone who has registered on the Tilda webinars page and received the email notification. So in case you did that, tomorrow you will get into your inbox the link with the webinar. Okay, so no worries if you have to leave at a certain point. For all the other people who did not register, you will still be able to see the recording on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe so that you will not lose it, or also you will be notified for the upcoming events. We are doing the webinars regularly, and sometimes it's these getting started webinars. Some other times these are the webinars about creating specific types of websites. For example, we just did the portfolio one, or online store and online school type of websites, and we are willing to make some more and also invite guest experts and so on and so forth. So with this, I think we are quite ready to start. My first question to all of people who are already with us is my usual question. I'm very much curious, of course, about the geography. So if you can just drop the name of the city or the country where you're looking where you're watching this webinar from, that would be very cool for me to know. And also, if you're a designer, a professional designer, or if you're a marketer, or perhaps an entrepreneur, or I would like to know how are you planning to use Tilda, so that I will also understand what to pay more attention on and less during the webinar. Okay, so with this, I think let's get started right away. What is Tilda? We are going to find out what's Tilda, how it works, how to create websites from scratch or from templates. So there are two options, right? Or using templates or creating your own unique website from scratch. We're going to see how to customize blogs and edit content, and what is blog essentially, how to create unique blogs using the zero block web design editor. Number 5, as you can see here, is how to collect leads and sell products. That's especially important if you're thinking about digital marketing and promoting your website online. And this is nice for marketing purposes, for landing pages, etc. Also, it's possible to launch media and blogs on Tilda, and I will mention the blogging tool, which is called Feeds. Then we will see how to evaluate performance using the built-in statistics and analytics, and also how to connect the Google Analytics for more detailed data. And finally, we'll see how to prepare a website for launch and promotion. Okay, So that's the plan for today. First of all, so what is Tilda? Tilda is a no-code website builder for everyone. What does it mean? Well, no-code means that you don't need to know anything about coding, obviously. You don't need to know much about design either, because Tilda is created in a way that it can be used by everyone, both professional designers and people who have never ever touched any graphics editor software whatsoever, and still you will be able to create your website. You would ask me how? Well, this I will explain you in a while. Just a brief answer to this is by using pre-designed blocks. And now let's see what kinds of pages are usually created on Tilda. So what people build on Tilda. First of all, landing pages. So what is a landing page? It's a one-page website with call to action usually. What is call to action? Well, it's a button or a section which invites the visitor to perform certain action. For example, to subscribe to the newsletter, or to join the platform, or to become a member of an online course, for example, and so on. Of course, it can be a buy button, a purchase button, if you're selling something, or download button if this is the application landing page, etc. So this works very well on Tilda because you can very quickly create such pages. You can test the hypotheses with this. You can create MVPs, etc. So landing pages is one thing that you can make on Tilda. Another thing is the business multi-page websites. So these are the traditional websites for a company or business or organization, NGO, whatever, that contains many inner pages or several, right, with the menu. So fully fledged website, as you can imagine, and then you can go creative, and as you can see here on this example, you can do many things like a horizontal scrolling and very funny animation and custom designs, etc. So business multi-page websites is also an option. Another thing, interesting thing that not everyone can think of when thinking about Tilda is online store. So e-commerce projects are also very well can be built on Tilda thanks to its e-commerce toolset. So what is the e-commerce toolset? It includes the product catalog, the automation basically of your stock, and very nice pre-designed product cards and product pages, shopping cart, and many other features that make your online store nice, functional, and also universal, because you can connect the payment systems and accept payments from anywhere in the world, so you're not limited by anything basically. So you can sell on Tilda as well. Right. Another thing is blogging, right, and multimedia projects. So this will be interesting for maybe designers, for creative people, for those who are into journalism, for example, or reporting, and also bloggers, of course. So with blogging tools, which is called the blogging tool set on Tilda, which is called Feeds, we will see a bit later. It's possible to create a very nicely looking blog with a lot of options, for example, automatic scheduling of the posts, upcoming posts, and many more. Right, and of course personal websites, portfolios. This is something that people do all the time on Tilda. This is one of the examples of the portfolio of a designer, which is very nicely done and with a sophisticated animation. You can also do very simple pages based on the templates. If you, for example, just need an online presence, if you're a coach or a speaker, or just a self-employed person who needs the online presence to promote your services. Very nice. So we have said that Tilda is universal and can be used by everyone. You don't need to be a designer. And so my question was why you don't need to be a designer? How do people on Tilda, how do we solve this issue of giving you the possibility to create websites that look great, without you making any effort for that. Well, for this we use the pre-designed blocks, which are almost 600 blocks, different blocks, which are divided into 25 categories, such as hero pages, galleries, titles, menus, etc. Okay, and you can see the preview here on this slide. So basically, the process of creating a website is pretty much simplified, because you just you should have the structure in your head, the structure of the page, and then after you go into the category of the blocks, and you just choose out of already pre-designed blocks that are pretty much compatible to each other, with very nicely chosen spacings, fonts, and all the other options that designers should think about, like colors as well. And then you just add it on the page and edit. So how the editing is happening? Basically, it's happening in an intuitive way. So we are trying to make it as intuitive as possible, so that no explanation or no training should be involved. Basically, for the text, you modify them right on the page. Okay, images you also can just drag and drop, and they will be updated. So the idea is that you very quickly can customize the pre-designed block into the block that you need with your own content, right into the layout. Also, on Tilda, there are plenty of templates. So the entire templates for different kind of pages, which are also divided into categories, which makes it easier to find the one you need. For example, there are landing pages, online stores, templates, portfolios, contact pages, link in bio, for example, if you need one for your social media on Instagram, etc. And these are nice for creating really fast solutions, so really fast websites that can be done in a couple of hours, essentially. Right, and these templates, they are also, it's important to know that if you go with the template, and if you start your project or your page starting from a template, you are not going to be restricted to this template, because each template is actually built out of those blocks. So you can take away the blocks you don't need and add new ones from the library, or you can even mix and match the templates between themselves. Okay, so there is no limit if you choose a template, you're not going to be obliged to stick with this. Right. Then zero block. So what is zero block? Zero block is a special block that allows you to create unique blocks, unique sections. So it's kind of a canvas, it's kind of a graphics editor, we call it web design editor, inside of the platform. So first of all, you can design without limits. You can add elements, move them around the artboard as you wish, right? You can also do the manual adaptive design. What does it mean? So all the other blocks from the library, those almost 600 blocks, they're all mobile friendly by default, so you don't need to create another version of your website for mobile. It's already adapted. So when your website is open on the mobile phone, the design will adapt to the resolution. On zero block, however, you can control how your layout looks on each device. You can add breakpoints, you can take away some elements, you can modify the size of elements, etc., etc. Then auto scaling is another cool feature, which basically helps your website to be adaptive for the big, huge screens. So when the browser the browser window is modified in size, as you can see here on this preview, the design also is being modified automatically. Custom grids and rulers and many other nice design tools are inside zero block. Layers and element grouping as well. It helps you to work faster and more efficient. Gradients and visual filters is something that we are proud of, because it really saves a lot of time for designers to create nice visual effects for your website and make sections look truly unique. Also, there is an amazing feature of automatic import of layouts from Figma to Tilda. So if you work in Figma and if you make prototypes, by the way, please do do not hesitate and let me know who works on Figma. So who is using Figma in their work. Please let me know in the chat. I'll be curious to know. So for those folks, we have an automatic import, which means that once you created the layout or the prototype of the website or of the web page on Figma, in a couple of clicks you can just transfer it into Tilda and make it a live website out of it, which is pretty cool. Another feature that I will show you once we are going to open the zero block on Tilda is the vector editor. Is also something very recent and something that we are proud of. Is a feature that allows you to draw, modify vectors basically. So it becomes kind of a graphics editor inside of a website builder. Right. Also, there are plenty of tools for animation. To create animation. First of all, you can create basic animation, which means it's the pre-designed, the same concept as for the blocks, for the sections, is a pre-designed little effects that you can just turn on, enable. You don't need to calculate anything or try it. It's already there and it's going to look just fine on your website. So if you're not a professional, you can opt for this thing. And as you can see here in the preview, for example, when the page is being opened, the elements, they appear according to these little effects from bottom or from the side, not all at once. Which makes it's a little little tricks that make your website look a little bit more appealing and engaging for your visitors. Another thing is the step-by-step animation. So this is the thing that you can use on ZeroBlog, and this basically is a free tool set for animation, because you can create step by step. That's why it's called like that, step by step, the movement and the motion of the elements, and basically create anything, any sequences that you want. And then you can decide if they're gonna reproduce themselves on scroll or on when the page is being opened, etc., etc. So one of the effects of the elements getting together and creating a new shape or a new meaning on the page is in front of your eyes. And we have a very nice web animation, web animation course, which is available for free. With around 20 different complex effects that are available as templates, so you can basically add them to your project and starting from them customize your animation. It's very, very cool. Then there's interactive animation as well. Interactive, well, it means when when your visitors interact with one element, then another one appears, right? So there is a as if, let's say, logic. So if you, for example, hover over the text, the relevant image appears, as in this example. And the mobile animation is also available on Tilda, and you don't need again to adapt your animation effects to mobile. It is adapted automatically. You just need to enable it, or you can also disable it in case you want faster loading speed. Nice. Now, for the marketing tools and marketing tool set, what will you have on Tilda? We said that landing pages are one of the most popular types of websites being created on Tilda, and there is a reason for that, because marketing tools on Tilda are quite well developed. So what do we have? We have 20 plus types of online form input fields. What does it mean? Well, you can most probably you will need as a marketer the feedback form or online form to collect leads, right? Or to collect the feedback from your visitors, and you can do it very flexibly. Also, polls and quizzes are available for interactive feedback and for some entertainment purposes, and of course a lot of integrated data collection services are there, more than 20 of them. So what does it mean is these are the services where the data that people fill in their online forms with, this data is saved into these data collection services, and you don't need to connect them with Tilda using any code or anything, because these services are already integrated with Tilda. And here you can see the list of those services, kind of a HubSpot CRM, Notion, Slack, MailChimp. So we also have like both data collection services and email marketing services, both integrated into Tilda. Good. For customer management as well, we have the free built-in Tilda CRM. So if you already use CRM, for example, from HubSpot, you can connect it. It's integrated in Tilda. But if you don't have a CRM yet, you can just opt for a free built-in Tilda CRM with funnel stages, with submission comments, so you can you can work on a team using the CRM. You can see the customer history and analytics and statistics for the leads and the submissions, etc., etc. It's quite simple in use, but still it gives you all the essential things that you expect from the CRM. Okay, so for e-commerce toolset, as we have said, you can create a fully fledged online stores on Tilda, as well as just sell one or two services or products. But if you opt for a fully fledged online store, you can then connect a product catalog, which is a built-in feature, and there you have a very handy management of your stock. So for example, we can have the product variants, product options. This is dashboard, item import and export. Yes, you can import if you have already a list of goods. You can import it in 2 clicks basically, or export what you have created on Tilda. Also keep track of your stock, and add new items manually, of course, as well. It's possible, and nicely designed options are always there for the website to display your products, which is very important, I think. Right. As for the performance tracking, there is a website statistics built into Tilda, where you can see the views and sessions, leads and conversions of your pages. You can see the list of popular pages with the detailed data on page views, sessions, visitors, and even their devices, so the type of device they use, whether there are more people accessing your website from desktop or from the mobile phones. Okay, events, you can track events, you can track traffic sources, meaning where your traffic is coming from, for example, from the search or from the referring websites, from newsletter, from the social media, etc. And also see the types of search engines people use, which might be useful. And finally, if you need a more detailed analytics, you can always, of course, connect Google Analytics. It is also integrated into Tilda, and then you can see all the detailed stats on your website over there. Now, online store statistics. Yes, this is the separate part of the statistics. So if you are into e-commerce, then you will be able to see the stats according to your sales. So there you will see the total sales, orders, conversion rate, average order value, also channel efficiency by revenue, and even ABC and XYZ analysis. And for the blogging tool, Feeds, which we have already mentioned today, it's a handy tool to create blog posts and to organize them and automate posting, basically. Because you can schedule blog posts, so you don't need to be there and pressing the button when you want to publish your blog post. Another cool thing is that number of blog posts is unlimited, so you're not limited to the number of pages which you have, and I will explain to you how many pages you can have per website on different pricing plans on Tilda. But here, using feeds for your blog, you are not limited at all. Also, the pages are very quickly loaded, and because we support turbo pages and AMP. And yeah, you can also divide them, of course, into content categories. You can have several categories, spread your blog posts into those categories freely as you want. Right, as for the publishing part, what is about the domain? Domain is the URL address that you use for your website. And here there are two options on Tilda. First, you can opt for a free thing, which is a free subdomain on Tilda, which ends on tilda.ws. I will show you how to connect it. It's very easy. Or also, of course, you can connect your custom domain. You can buy it and connect it to your website, and it will be open under this name, your unique name. Now, the SEO settings. So SEO is one of the strongest part of Tilda. Why? Because of the structure of the page. Because we have this block by block structure, and it is also reproduced in the code. And the search crawlers, the Google robots, let's say, those guys who are basically making the indexation of the pages and decide if your page will be on top of the ranking or not, they check the code of the page, right? More than the content. And since the code is very clear until the websites, they tend to be to appear higher on the Google results, search engine results. Normally, so the SEO is good. And also, of course, we have a bunch of tools and features that help you to go even further and modify your SEO settings, such as you can assign a friendly URL, you can assign title and description in the page settings, right? You can add tags and keywords. It all helps the Google robots to index your page better. The favicon, the redirects, you can set them as flexibly as you want. If you have any questions about these things, I will definitely show how to do that a little bit toward the end of the session. But if you have a question, a detailed question on one of the features that I'm now going through quite quickly, please do not hesitate and use the chat, and I will specifically show it to you. Right? You can also design custom 448 error pages, which also help the indexation and ranking. The sitemap is a file for the search engines, and it is auto-generated. You don't need to do much about that. And also you have the SEO assistant, which is the a tool that shows you all the errors that you have, SEO related errors on your page, and provides you with tips on how to solve them and how to fix them. And of course, you can also connect Google Search Console and keep the track of your performance of your website on Google. Right. Another important thing is that page load speed on Tilda websites is quite high, and there are many reasons for that, because the developers on Tilda tend to use the latest technology to make the websites load faster, because it's very important also as well as for user experience, but also for the SEO and ranking of the websites on Google. So what are these technologies? So these are the four most understandable, let's say. Then others are very technical, but those ones are lazy load. So content is uploaded gradually as you scroll, and that saves some time. So all the pictures that you have or images, the heavy stuff that you have, for example, toward the end of the page, is not immediately loaded when you open the first section of the page, which saves some time and gives you possibility to see the page faster than otherwise. The content delivery network, it means that we have servers spread all over the world, and the closest one to you will deliver you the content, which also saves time and makes the page load speed better. Also, all the images are converted into the next-gen format, which is called WebP on Tilda, which makes them lighter, several times lighter compared to other formats. And adaptive image resizing, which means that if you create a block with, let's say, a grid of 6 pictures, and you will upload very big images over there, then they will be resized, because they will be basically displayed as very little images. That will also save some time for the page load speed. Right, so that was the quick overview. If you have any questions, again, please do use the chat. And we are now ready to try Tilda in action. So let's go into the platform and see how it actually works. To do this, we go to tilda.cc. This is the URL of the main page of Tilda. Here it is. And then if you are the first-time user, what you have to do is to sign up, which is here on top, or log in if you already have an account on Tilda. By the way, let me know if you guys have account on Tilda or not. I'm also very curious to know that. So I will just show you quickly how to sign up on Tilda. You just need to put your name. I'll put, for example, Elizabeth, the email address. I will just put whatever. And then the password. So once you did that, you just click sign up. You say that you're human, yes, no, and here you are. So that's the first screen that you see. It's a prompt for you to create a new website, right? So if you want to create it right away, you would name it. So my project, so for example, my first website. This name can be customized and changed afterwards, of course, and it's only visible on Tilda, so don't worry, nobody will see it. So that's the first project of yours. But if you go back to the dashboard, here, let me just give you a quick overview of the dashboard, because this is what you're gonna see every time you open Tilda. On top, you have a toolbar with essential buttons such as the dashboard, the CRM that we mentioned before, right? The plans and billings, I will go right into there to show you the plans, the pricing plans on Tilda. The profile, well, it's the usual tab where you can modify your name, email address, select the language and country. Invite friends is the it's a nice referral program that we have. If you want to invite a person to use Tilda, you can use the special link and then you will receive some bonus. So some days added to your subscription. They will be extended, and here are some details on that. Then the Help Center is a very essential button that I really recommend you to click at least once, because here it's a huge database available in 8 languages. Over here there is a language switcher that you can search and get basically the answers to, I would say, 98 or 99% of the questions. You will see the detailed guides over here, so don't hesitate. If you're stuck on something during using Tilda, go to its Help Center and try to search for something. For example, the domain, how do I set up my domain, custom domain errors, how to buy a domain name, etc., etc., etc. We have plenty of information about everything website building. Right, then the webinars, well, that's the page of the webinars where you may have registered already for this one, and I encourage you to check it from time to time, because as I said, we host webinars quite regularly. Guides and articles is the button that leads you to Tilda Education. That's our learning resource, which is available for free with a lot of practical guides on web design and digital marketing. So if you feel like you want to learn more about certain things related to web design or digital marketing, please be our guest and check the guides and articles here. That could be nice. And so that's about the toolbar on top. Now, when you just start your Tilda account, you will be prompted to try Tilda Personal Plan for free. So we offer 2 weeks of the free trial to all the new users. How do you activate? You have to activate it, right? So you first go into the Manage Your Plan, and here is a prompt to start your 2-week Tilda Personal Plan for free. So what is Tilda Personal and what's the difference between other plans? Let me just show you very quickly. So these are the three plans available on Tilda. It's very easy. The first one is free, and you get this free option which is available lifetime, so for life. What you can do on the free plan on Tilda, so you can create one website which is going to be limited to 50 pages and 50 megabytes of storage. With this, you will be able to make quite a simple web page, for example, for about yourself. If you need kind of a CV, you know, or online representation, you're gonna get it, and you can connect the Tilda subdomain, which is also free. The Tilda Personal, the one that you get when you subscribe to Tilda and you activate the free trial, that's the plan that allows you to use all the features on Tilda. So you can create e-commerce, you can blog on Tilda, you can create, you can use the CRM, you can also connect the payment systems, you can connect data connection services, and everything that is built into Tilda is available on the personal plan, right? Here you have already 500 pages instead of 50 per website, and 1 GB of storage. And important thing is that here you can connect your custom domain, which is not possible to do on the free plan, right? And then business plan is essentially like personal plan, but with 5 websites for the account. So 5 different websites with 500 pages each, 5 different domains you can connect to them, and also you can export the code, which is cool if you need that and if you want to embed your Tilda website into your existing project. Right, so these are the 3 plans, and let's activate the Tilda personal plan trial period. That's it. I activate. I don't need to put any credentials or credit card or any other information. It's not needed at all. So now it's active until May 4th, so 2 weeks from now. Very well. So now, if you want to create a website, I'd rather recommend you to verify your email address, because otherwise you may be restricted in the publishing. So that's why I will just exit from this account and will go into my my working account, the one that I will use to show you how to create actually a website and how the process of making a website looks on Tilda. So here I just click on this Start New Website button, and I will create a new website. So let's create a landing page, for example, landing page, right? So, and now I'm inside of this project. I'm inside of my project that I have just created. There are no pages yet, and I have up to 500 pages available, all right? So what I do here, I go ahead and I create the new page, which is the this orange button on top suggests me to do. Here I find myself in the library of templates, the templates that we have discussed already. So these are the templates for the websites, which are available in a very in a wide variety of topics. So for example, you see car service, auto tuning service, medical cleaning, personal websites, etc., etc. These are the categories. So for example, online stores, if you create an e-commerce, there are also templates for that. Events, blogging templates, contacts, which is a cool category in case you need an Instagram link in bio. So you don't need to go into external services. You can use Tilda for this page. Right, then online forms, the category Pro, it consists of the websites that are created on zero block, and then you can modify them. So they're really, let's say, they have a very unique look, and you can start from this design to create something really outstanding. This is the Pro category, and then my templates. These are the templates that you can save for yourself or create your pages and then save them as templates, right? So and also, of course, you can start from scratch, from the blank page, and then add blocks one by one. But let me show you how you start from a template. So let's just pick any template that you like. For example, this is coffee shop franchise. I just click create, and here I am. So I'm now in the Tilda editor. Let me just give you a quick overview of all the controls over here. So on top you have the usual button to come back to the dashboard. This is the button that brings you back to your project with a list of pages. This is the name of this page, and then there is a drop down thing, a header, where you can quickly create a new page or search through your pages in case you have many, right? And go into the settings of this page, the current page that we are now using. On the right side, there is a preview button that brings you to the preview, which is a cool thing when you want to check if you have made everything correctly, and if you also want to see the mobile version of your website. So here in the lower left corner, you have this quick switcher between the device resolutions that gives you a clue on how your website is being adapted to different types of devices, right? And then you click back to editing and you're back into the editor. Then the publish, basically that's the button when you're done with website editing and you want to publish your web page. Settings, Help Center again, and more with some more features that we may not need now. Right, so let me show you how the editing actually happens. For example, this text block, right? So where is the block? How to understand when one block starts and another one ends, right? So there you see the line and this little plus button in the middle. So this is basically the bordering between two blocks. So this is one block, right? This is another block. This is another block, the entire block, right, etc., etc. So if you want to add another block in between the two, you click on this plus icon and you open the block library. And this is the library with all these almost 600 blocks, which gives you an opportunity to see, to have a quick preview on different blocks from different categories. For example, the gallery, right? All the different types of how to organize your images. So for example, if you only have 3 images and they're all rectangular, you can opt for this option. Or if you want to really pay attention on your amazing photography, if you're a photographer and you really need to present your photographs nicely, you can go and opt for the full screen gallery, etc. So based on your needs, you choose the block that you want and then you modify them. So for example, you can add a block like this with 2 vertical images and then modify them. So how do you modify them? Let's say I want to modify the text, right? So for the text, it's very easy. You just click on it once and you basically end up in the text editor, which is opened right away in the page layout. You don't need to do anything else. So you can just go ahead and modify the content. Just like this, delete the unnecessary phrases, and then you can change here on top. You have the text editor toolbox where you can make the text bold, italic, underline it, strike through. You can also insert link. That's very important to know. On any text, any phrase, or any word, you can insert a link, right? Like that. And make it clickable. So, and now if I click on the S, I'm into Google. So that's how you add links. And also you can hide this link by editing the style of this linked text, right? So you can keep it black and then nobody will know that there is a link, right? So that's how you actually work with the text editor. And then you can also decide on the font weight and all the appearance of the text, choose the fonts available. About the fonts I will tell you especially in a moment. The size of the text, of course, let me show you how it works. For example, this is 26 and this is 32, so that's how you modify the size. What else can you do in the text editor? You can modify the line height, the text alignment, you can clear formatting, and some more options as well are available. So this is the text editor that is being used for all the text pieces, all the text boxes that you have on your website. So for example, this is one text box and this is another one, and that's how you can modify the text right on the layout, right? As for the pictures, as for the images, how do you do this? So first of all, one of the options is just drag and drop, as we can say, as we have already seen. during the presentation. Another thing is that you can go into the content. So each blog has this content and settings, the two tabs that are essential to know if you want to work on Tilda and use the pre-designed blocks. So content tab, they both are different and they depend on what block you have, so what content you have. For example, here I only have 2 images, right? And I can upload more. So this is how I upload files from my computer, or I can just drag and drop, or upload from the URL, right? And also I can add some text under it. I can add alt text for SEO, etc., etc. For the settings tab here, I modify the look of the section, right? So here, what is available? The container width, the aspect ratio of the images, the padding between columns, right? As I said, it's already quite nicely designed, but if you want to modify it, you can always do it. So bring the images closer, right? You can remove indent at the bottom of the gallery. So this is the indent, and you can just remove it. Zoom in images on click or not. And add some pre-designed animation effects that we have mentioned during the presentation, fading up, for example. And let me show what it means. So when you go up, they don't appear. Sorry, you didn't see that. So the images don't appear immediately. They fade in from top, like this. You see? So very smoothly appearing on the website. Now, if you don't need a block and you want to delete it, here on the right side of the controls of the block, you have several buttons that allow you to do that. So this is the delete button. This is the duplicate, so you can duplicate the block and delete it. Then you can hide or show a block, meaning that if you design a blog but you're not sure that you want to use it now right away when you publish the page, you can just hide it, and once the page is published, it will not be visible on the published website. But then if you know that you're going to come back to it later, for example, it's a block with the special deals, a seasonal, I don't know, seasonal discounts, or whatever, you can always come back, and you don't need to redesign it from scratch, but you already have it, and you just show it again. Right, then the usual comments like cutting, copying, pasting, and selecting blocks, right? And if you want to move the blocks up and down along the page, these are the arrows that you can use, right? So let me delete it. And yeah, so for you to be more, to feel, let's say, more confident with Tilda and with the understanding of how you can and what you can actually create out of it, I recommend you to just spend, I don't know, 5-10 minutes in this block gallery and scroll through different blocks, try to add them and see what you can do in the content tab here or in the settings tab. So for example, when you have a block with the button caption is modified into the content tab, right? So here, for example, we have about us, and I want to put a discover copy and add the link here. I do it here in the content tab. Now I close and save, and if I click it, in the preview, if I click on this button, I will be redirected to the Google page once it's published, right? It's not published yet. So now another thing for the images, you can also use, if you don't know how to find an image for your website, you don't have a professional photo session yet, okay, or you cannot hire a professional illustration, and you really struggle where to find free images for commercial use, well then go here to the search photos, just click there, and we have made a list of image resources divided into photos, illustrations, illustration builders, and icons, where you can find, so these are the third-party services that offer you imagery, high quality always, and often free. So there is a little label if it's free or free and paid, where you can basically go and take your pictures. The list is quite long, so please enjoy. Now, if you need icons, there is a built-in Tilda icons service that allows you to use icons on broad variety of topics. You see medicine, event agency, music class, etc., etc., and you can select those icons and add them to your website right away. Right, so this is something to keep in mind. Let me see if there are any questions so far. If not, we are just going further into the publishing stage. Okay, so for the questions, let me just see a little bit. Right, so how to make container full width. Right, so this is a question that I will answer while covering the zero block section. It's gonna happen in just 1 minute because I want to show you how to publish actually the page, and then I will open the zero block. So for example, the hero section of this website is made in zero block. How can you recognize that? Well, because here on top you have the usual settings button and the block editor button, and here is written zero block. So that means that this block is designed in zero block web design editor, and there you can modify the content width and so on. So to publish the page, I click publish. Excuse me. And here I am prompted to select the website address, so my URL address. And first of all, even if I want to connect my custom domain afterwards, I would not skip this step, and I would rather use a custom name for my subdomain. So subdomain on Tilda looks like that: your custom part and then .tilda.ws ending. So for example, super coffee franchise, whatever. Save and continue, and the website is live. So I click on the link, and it is available on this link. If you go now in your browser and you put super coffee franchise.tilda.ws, you will get the same page in front of your eyes, right, with a nice online form in the end. So that's how it works, the publishing. Now for zero block, let me open this zero block editor, and here is how it looks. So in zero block, as you can see, I can freely move all the elements as much as I want. I can delete them, of course, right? Change everything, and here is the canvas. Let me just show you zero block. Here is the canvas, and yeah, just to make you familiar with the main control points. So on top you have 5 default screen resolutions, which you will use to modify your layout for. Then down here there is a settings button that if none of your elements is selected, then there are artboard settings, right? So this is the grid container height, which I can make longer, so I can make my zero block as long as I want. It can be the entire website, the entire web page, or very, very narrow one, whatever, right? Then if I select, okay, let me just continue with the artboard settings. The window container height and the alignment is here. So you asked me about the width. So this is for the element, I would say. Yeah, content full width. So if you click the element and you open its settings, then you have here the container button, and here you can align your element to the grid container or the window container, right? And once you align it, you can put it in the center and center, and no matter which screen resolution or window or browser this content is read from, it will always appear in the middle. Okay, so that's how you basically stick your content to these certain axes, horizontally and vertically. Okay, but these are the details. Overall, what I want to say is that this settings toolbar on the right is available, and then if you click on the zero block settings, it's when you don't highlight any of the elements and you scroll down the artboard settings, and here are the zero block settings. You open them, and here you can see the layers. You can hide or show the UI elements. Yes, did not save it. Sorry. Then hide the grid or show the grid, right? And then you can also modify the grid. So the basic default grid is 12 columns. It's something very typical for the web, which is used for all the pre-designed blocks on Tilda as well. But you can modify it, of course, according to your needs. For example, make it 10. 10, right? And then make them visible like that for designing purposes. Border opacity, yeah, it's okay. Then the rows, model height as well. Yeah, you can do any kind of grid you want. So it's basically custom grid opportunity for you if you're a designer. And there are many more things, and I invite you to go into the Help Center and read about Zero Block to discover it more in more detail. And here on top, on the left, the button that allows you to add new elements. So for example, add new button, and I can put it here in the center, and I can make another copy, discover, Zero Block. I can make it a bit bigger, keep it in the center, and create a nice composition. Let me just make the grid invisible, just for us not to be confused. And then the vector. So the vector element is the new element on Zero Block that you can basically modify as you want and add new ones. It works like this, like in any vector editor. You can delete the points or add new ones, of course. And let me create a nice shape, for example, to use it under my my Zero Block text. I take away the stroke, right? I save and close, and then I open the layers. I open the layers toolbox, and I put it under. So yes, it was locked. I can make it bigger. Oh, very nicely designed though. Yeah, so anyway, you get the idea of how you actually use this the vector tool, right? And then you can create basically custom illustrations, custom elements. Yeah, mine was a bit ugly. sorry for that. But anyway, yeah, the idea is there. Apart from this, you can also add images, shapes, button. We have added one, videos, tooltips, HTML, which is very important in case you want to use some coding and to introduce some special effects on your website. You can do this by adding an HTML, and depending on where you place it on your website, on your page, the code will be executed right there. What else? You can also add the online form, right? And also the gallery. So that's pretty much about the Zero Block. For the details, I mean, there are a lot of things to discover yet about Zero Block, but I will not go into details here because it's anyway the beginners webinar. In case you have any questions, please do ask me. Right, so I save it and I close it, and that's it. Let me see if there are any questions. Do you have a website available in Russian language? Yeah, we do have one. Can you show how to add custom shipping costs with a commerce site? Custom shipping costs. Yeah, well, that's quite a quite a detailed question. I'm not sure that I will go into this, but let me just show you the how you in general set up the shipping and all the other things for the e-commerce, and then we'll see if we have enough time. I will show you this. If not, I invite you to use the this little button actually down here, which will be always available, this nice question mark button or in orange. If you click on it, you have the quick window, quick access to video tutorials and help center. But down here there is a send us a message button that brings you to the support center, and there you can create a so-called ticket for our support team and get an answer within 24 hours from our support engineers that will actually guide you and will explain you everything. And if you have a very detailed, precise question and you cannot find the answer in the help center, then I very much advise you to use this send us a message button. Okay, nice. So as for the settings, I have mentioned the fonts setting some time ago. Let me show you how you modify and how you can work with typography. Basically on Tilda we pay a lot of attention for typography, so quickly on the page you can modify the fonts like that by clicking the more button and then fonts, and these are this is the library of the pre-selected fonts for the websites. Our designers made this selection. They're all free, of course, and they're all integrated into Tilda, and they all work well on the web. Notably, there is the Tilda Sans font, which is our Tilda font that we created ourselves, which looks well. It's a sans serif font, which looks well on the screens. And you can just apply or change and apply another font here. But if you want some advanced settings for typography, you click on advanced settings and you end up in the site settings into the tab which is called fonts and colors. And here if you click custom settings, you have the wide variety of changing the typography using all the modern tools available. Notably Google Fonts, so you can just add any Google font you want right into your project. You can also add Adobe fonts if you're using Adobe font service, and the coolest part, you can upload your own font files on Tilda as well. So this is all possible, and then you can flexibly modify size, weight, and colors for those fonts. All right. Since we're in the site settings already, let me show you quickly what else you can set up for the entire project. So the site settings, these are the settings for the whole project, right? For the website. One website, one domain, site settings. And then inside of your project, you can have several pages, like hundreds actually, like up to 500 pages per project. And then each page has its own settings as well. So now we are in the site settings, the general settings for the entire project. And here you can set the website title, which will be only, however, visible for you on Tilda, right? Here you can modify the custom subdomain that we have created during the publication of the page. Now, if you go to the homepage tab, here you can assign the homepage out of the list of your pages, which is very important because if your homepage is not defined, but okay, on Tilda by default we thought about that, and once you publish the first page it automatically becomes, as you can see here, it automatically becomes a homepage. But however, keep in mind, never go into not defined option here, because otherwise the website will not be accessible anymore. Then the domain tab is important one if you want to connect your custom domain. So here you can just put your custom domain name, coffee shop super, for example, .com, and then to connect the domain you need to go through certain steps. It's not difficult, it's quite easy. You can just follow the instructions which are here. Learn how to buy a domain name if you don't have one, and here is the link to the help article on how to connect a domain name, right? So just click on it and follow the instructions and you will make it. You don't need to have any experience, and don't be afraid of doing it yourself on your own. You cannot screw up here, okay? You cannot make a mistake. That's not possible. Next tab in the site settings is analytics. So we have already said that every website comes with the built-in statistics, and analytics on Tilda, and here is the button to view it. Then you can also connect with Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel, etc. And just pay attention on these orange clickable pieces of text, which are always bringing you to the help article relatable to the setting. So if you want to learn more, if you don't understand what it means, just click on it, and there is a comprehensive guide waiting for you with the nice screenshots and brief explanations of what is what. Now for the SEO and the search engine optimization, right? So this is all about how to rank higher on Google. Here we have a link to the article, which is an article and a guide on how to promote your website online. It's quite a complete one. So if you want to learn more about SEO, you're very much welcome to read this one. You will certainly gain all the essential knowledge about SEO. And here are the settings to enable the HTTPS protocol, which I do recommend everyone to enable. Then SEO Assistant that we mentioned already, that shows you all the possible errors, and the tips on how to fix them are over here on the right. Google Search Console is also here. What else? Well, I would say detailed options for SEO people and marketers. If you want to learn more about any of them, let me know. The Export tab allows you to export your website and download all its content as a zip file, and also do the API integration, which is available if you have the business plan. Then forms and payment systems. These two tabs are very much important and relevant for everyone who is doing online promotion, digital marketing, or online stores, so like e-commerce activities. Why? Because here you connect the data collection services to collect the data. If you have online form on your website, you must collect the data collection service to collect what people are actually submitting into your form. And what are the options you have? So we have many. The most frequently used ones are email, meaning that you can connect your email address and then you will receive the submissions right into your inbox. You can also create a Google Sheets, which will be a Google table automatically created with the columns corresponding to the questions you have in your online form, where all the data submitted will end up automatically. That's a very handy option. And of course, it's important to know and to consider that it's better to connect at least 2 different data collection services in case one goes and one has an error or something. You have a backup. Okay, the Telegram, Trello, then the list of CRMs, Tilda CRM, the one that is built in and free option on Tilda, we spoke about during the presentation. And then other ones are HubSpot, Zoho, Salesforce, Monday, and all the other popular ones. Then email marketing services, in case you need to create an email newsletter, and more options such as Slack, Zapier, Members Area, Notion, and even Facebook API is available here. So this is about data collection services and using the online forms to receive feedbacks. Now for the payment services. The payment services, here you can choose the currency, any currency you want, currency symbol and the position of the price. And then the payment services you can connect that are already integrated into Tilda are international, so that it does not limit you to where you live. You can collect and you can send your goods or sell your services to the entire world, and they can pay you via bank cards, MasterCard, Visa, whatever, using PayPal, Stripe to check out. Also, cash on delivery option is available, bank transfer also, and if you want to connect your own payment gateway, in case you have a payment system that you want to use with Tilda, you can use so using this gateway. So it's kind of an open API option for you, right? And now for the shipping and delivery. And so this is the setting. Dan Hull asked me about that. So here is the place where you want to to set up your delivery settings, basically. Okay, just check it out. So you go to the site settings, you go down, and you open the general payment settings over here. Right, then header and footer, these are the nice options in case you have many pages and you want to have header and footer, which is the same. So you don't want to recreate a header, for example, your menu. It should appear on any page of your website, right? And you don't want to create a new one or copy and paste your blocks from one page to another. You can just create a new page and assign it as a header or as a footer, and then it will be applied all the pages of your website. So it's a handy thing that saves a lot of time for you. Then actions here is you have a possibility to delete the website or transfer website to another user on Tilda, which is totally possible. Permissions, this is something to put the to limit the access to your website, for example, only for your colleagues by entering the specific IP address of your office, for example, or you can also password protect your published pages if you need. So members area is an amazing thing to create online scores and online courses. So here you can add members so that they have their own accounts on your website. They can log into them and create have their own personal space. And there's much more about creating online courses and online schools on Tilda. This is something you can search for. Just search for online courses on Tilda or online course builder, and you will find more information on that. Collaborators is a nice feature that allows you to share your projects with other Tilda users and work together on the projects. And then finally, in the More tab, you have more detailed, let's say, settings that I don't think I need to cover here, but you can just ask me in case you need an explanation of any of those. Here you can also have a list of built-in services such as product catalog for e-commerce, feeds for blogging, and documentation. It's kind of it's a cool thing that we don't mention a lot, but it's something that where you can create basically your database and yeah, use it as kind of a Notion thing, but built into Tilda. Okay, so that was the overview of the site settings. You can access them anytime here via using this button, site settings, next to the create new page one. And then for the page settings, so as we said, we have the possibility to add up to 500 pages on the paid plans, or up to 50 pages per project on a free plan, and each page has to be set up. Well, the good news is that you don't need to set up a lot of things about each page, but the bad news is that there's a number, a small number of settings that are necessary to be set up for every page, just to make sure that they are rank well, that they are indexed well on Google, right? And these are the main ones. So the page title and the page description are essential, as well as the page URL. If it's not your home page, then it has an alias, which is a text that goes after the slash, after the main address of your website. So for example, you have mywebsite.com/aboutus or /portfolio or /contacts. These are all the alias for the inner pages. So it's very important to put the names that make sense for your audience, right? Why? Because they will be previewed here on Google, right? So this is the title of the page, this is the description, and here is the URL address of the page. And if you don't put anything and you leave it basically blank, of course you will not receive a lot of traffic to your website. So please do customize your page title, page description, and page URL. Then the badge. What is badge? Badge is the little thumbnail image that is, for example, shown when you share your web page on social, right? So this is the social share preview. If you put the link on Facebook, let's say, or Twitter, the link of your website, it will be shown like that. So this is the snippet, let's say social media snippet, as they call it, or Facebook snippet, which includes 4 elements. Again, the same thing: title, right? Description of the page, its URL address, and the page, and a little image. And here you can customize the image by uploading the file again. If you don't do anything, the first image on the page will be used as a badge as soon as you publish your page. So that's why we have this little coffee machine icon. Over here, you see it's written auto-generated, and you can also delete it. So these are basically the 4 components, the 4 aspects that are essential: the page title, page description, page URL, and the page. Then you can also customize the search results preview for your web page, and you can also customize the social media preview. So you can have different titles and descriptions for your social media previews and for the Google, all right? What else is important here? The page export, again, as well as you can export the website, you can also export each page of it separately. Under the actions here, just bear in mind that you can duplicate a page, of course. Once you designed one, you can make a copy of it. You can move page to one of your projects or to another Tilda user, and of course you can delete the page. In the additional tab, what you can do, well, for example, you can label pages just for yourself to know what is live, what is not live. For example, leave the comments if you work in a team, for example. Also, you can add folders and you can assign pages. You can add pages to the folders. You can see the statistics for this specific page, not for the entire website. What else? Modify the head section, and the HTML code for the head section over here, right? And save pages template. We have seen the My Template category when we saw the templates, and this is how you save a page as a template. And page password, of course, if you want to password protect this page, can be done here. So basically, this is the overview of the of how you create pages, modify pages, publish them, and then optimize them for SEO. Let me see your questions. Can I pick any template and then convert it to Russian language? Well, the templates are available in 2 languages, so you can find the right one for you. Just search for it in the right language. Right. So another thing that I want to show you before we wrap up probably would be how you can add a product catalog and feeds. So if you go to site settings and you go into the more, and you go down, here are the built-in services, right? And product catalog here, you click connect, and you end up in the product catalog dashboard, which, as you see, it's a built-in feature, so you don't need to connect anything or log into a product catalog. Especially, it's not a plugin, it's actually inside of Tilda. And this is how it looks. So basically, this is the list of products that you have. These are default ones, and you can always add another one. You can add filters. You can see the settings for the catalog, and then if you click on the product, these are the product settings, where you can modify the images of the product variants, the price, old price, quantity on the stock, to automatically control the number of products that are left in the stock. Choose the category, add more categories, of course, and so on. So it's quite a detailed, let's say, tool set to set up your products. So and then product categories, here you can add another category, etc. I will not go into details, I just wanted to show you how it looks, right? And then if I go back to my website, where is it? It was the last one. So we said the landing page, right? Yes, landing page, here it is. So sorry, I go back to site settings, to the more tab, and I want to connect feeds. So feeds is the blogging tool on Tilda, right? I click get started, I accept, and then you create a new feed. So my first feed, I would say, my first feed, you edit, and here basically you have again 3 posts that were already designed for you, and here you can add you can use the simplified text editor that we already saw in the documents section, and basically you can move these sections, change the order, and add new elements, for example introduction or quote. All right, you can then change typography a little, highlight, and so on. So it's quite simplified. It's something that saves you time while you are creating new blog posts, right? Here's the title, description. You can add gallery and video, thumbnail in the list, and we actually use it, for example, on Tilda for the blog. So we have a blog on Tilda, which is blog en.tilda.cc, and here you can see the use of feeds. So all these little posts, one of them is the announcement of this webinar, for example, they are all created in feeds, using feeds. So for example, here we embedded the video that you're actually now watching, our live webinar, and this is what it looks. So right, just for you to keep in mind that you can create nice blogs on Tilda. And lastly, I want to show you the CRM dashboard. Right, so the CRM dashboard is here, and I can create a new list and control. Yeah, probably it's better I give you an example of something that I already have created. So this is the 2 types of the 2 view modes that you can use for the Tilda CRM. So each card is the lead, and then in the lead you can change the status, the name of the phone, date, etc., etc. So it's modifiable, and then you move them through the funnel stages. Okay, and you can modify the funnel stages, of course, and everything is modifiable. So this is what it looks like. And again, I'm lost in my landing pages. Really sorry for that. Okay, so we're back to the to our project. Right, so basically that's it. And once you create a product catalog feeds, you will have a button right here in your project on top, and documents as well. You see, another useful button is the publish all pages. When you have a lot of pages and you made some changes into the site settings, it's a nice idea to republish all of them so that these changes take action. So you can do this here, and then connect the domain, and here you can see always the website URL. All right, so let's get back to our presentation. I have a couple of more slides for you. In case you didn't know, we have additional services on Tilda that make your job easier, which is icon library. We already had a look on it. You can add icons for free right from Tilda, but also you can go to tilda.cc/free icons and search through them. There are more than 700 icons divided in 47 categories available, and they're all available for download in SVG, which is nice. Another thing is the color and gradient library to inspire you for your next color palette. The campaign URL builder is a useful thing to create the UTM parameters in case you need to track the performance of your website. And the broken link checker, well, that's a jewel, because in case you have a big website with a lot of different links mentioned, some of those links may not be working anymore. They may not be operational anymore, and you don't know about that. And actually, this fact decreases the user experience, obviously, but as well, but also the SEO. So your page ranking is damaged by that. And this tool allows you to identify those broken links and basically fix them. So please use this as well. What else? Yes, I invite you to check from time to time our webinars.tilda.cc/en page for the webinar schedule, because as I said, we are preparing a lot of interesting and exciting events for you this spring and this summer, with some guest speakers and interesting lections from experts. So please check it out. And of course, follow Tilda on social media. We are everywhere, notably on YouTube. Also, you can put the thumbs up if you like this webinar, or down if you didn't, and please leave the feedback. And if you're watching us in the recording, you can use the comment section to ask your questions, and we will make sure that we will answer them. So subscribe to our channel across the social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Telegram, whatever you can think of, you can find Tilda there. And here you can even scan the QR code and go directly to the right account if you want. And well, that's it. I think we are ready to wrap up here. Please let me know if it was useful. Use the comments again. And it was a pleasure for me to host this webinar. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned something. And I hope it inspired you to create your own website, or at least to try it out, try to play around with it, because it's also fun. You know, we made it for fun. It's not only for results. Well, it does work well to achieve certain results, but also it's a pleasure. It should be a pleasure. At least it was designed to be a pleasure while using. So the process should be pleasant. So good luck with all your projects. Good luck with your websites. And I hope to see you soon in our upcoming webinars. Thank you very much again for your interest, for using Tilda, and see you soon. Bye-bye.